The play of LeBron James this season has been one of the few things that LA Laker fans can count on in the second half of this year after the All-Star break. LeBron has kicked it into another gear since center Anthony Davis was sidelined with a midfoot sprain in mid-February. In his last 12 games, LeBron is averaging 37 minutes per game while scoring 32 points per game, hoping and trying to keep the Lakers somehow afloat and above water to try to land that final play-in spot. Look, there is no doubt that LeBron can handle the increased workload on the offensive end, but could it lead to his aching knee flaring up in a play-in tournament? Possibly and most likely. The Lakers should consider resting LeBron James the rest of the season. LeBron has not elected to rest at all, even with a sore left knee. The Lakers had back-to-back road games over the weekend. The four-time league MVP played nearly 81 minutes total between the two games on the road. But despite LeBron James playing with a sore knee and also hurting his ankle over the weekend, LeBron is on pace to win the scoring title this season. But above that, he is doing it with a terrible Lakers team. But King James has said that wins and losses are more important to him than personal accomplishments. The Lakers are currently the 10th seed and only 2.5 games ahead of the San Antonio Spurs. Needless to say, it is a difficult stretch, especially with the unknown status of Davis's foot injury. Their lone back-to-back is a trip to San Francisco and then home, a contest against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the final full week of the season. It's hard to fathom LeBron sitting out one of these games unless the Lakers have somehow secured the 9th seed for the play-in. The Lakers should consider shutting down the season and realizing they are not going to even make it to the play-in game. LeBron hurt his ankle on this road trip after the Lakers blew a 23-point lead against the Pelicans. James' left ankle was wrapped after the game as he was walking with a limp. James came down on his left ankle awkwardly when he stepped on Pelicans center Jackson Hayes' sneaker during the second quarter. LeBron remained in the game but said he lost all of his explosiveness after the injury. Resting LeBron would be ideal for the Lakers. The problem is, LA is not in an ideal situation. The Lakers will need a healthy James to compete for a spot in the play-in tournament, which begins April 12th and finishes April the 15th. The Lakers are now 5-15 in their last 20 games and hold a one-game lead over the San Antonio Spurs for 10th place in the West. That keeps them in the mix for the play-in games for now, but they're not looking much like a team that can advance past the play-in round if they get there. Overall, the Lakers should consider resting and sitting out LeBron James for the rest of the remaining NBA schedule.